In this video, I'll share with you the simple tricks to color grading your photos when it comes to Photoshop. So in case you want to download this image follow and practice along with, simply check the link in the video description to download this very image to practice and follow along with. So the very first step to color grading is first of all color correction and light and contrast correction. So for this, just going to come the light option right here in camera raw, and this is a raw file taken using a Canon 6D. Then we shall come to the highlights and first of all correct the highlights and just briefly correct the whites by reducing on that. Then we shall open up the shadows of this image to about 22. Then add more contrast by taking the blacks down and simply come the contrast slider, just move that forward and slightly increase on the exposure of this very image. So this is what we have. This is a before, after. It is very subtle of a difference, but here we are right now. So in case you want to make the image pop, you can just come and add a tiny bit of vibrance to it. And in case you want to correct the white balance, you can use this color picker tool and sample a gray or neutral area in the image, or you can simply manually move this temperature slider and reduce or add more blues or yellows. In case the image was shot in a cool white balance, you can introduce in yellows by moving the temperature slider towards this yellow side, or you can as well eliminate yellow tones in case you shot the image in a very warm white balance by introducing in blues. That is going to be moving the temperature slider towards the blue side. So after that, we shall come down to our mixer, and in the color mixer we have the mixer and point color. So in case you're not certain of the colors in the image, what you have to do is simply coming and selecting point color under mixer. So just come and get the eyedropper tool. So in case you're using a slightly older version of Photoshop or Camera Raw, you may not be having this point color. So I would advise that you update your Camera Raw or even Photoshop to have these more advanced features. So for this, in case you're not certain of any color that you want to adjust in the image, just get the color picker tool and you sample that given color, and you can adjust it according to the hue, saturation and luminance. Hue deals with changing a color, saturation is the intensity of a color, and luminance is the brightness level of a given color. So for a color we have just sampled, that is that green color, you can decide to make the greens towards the aqua side, and that is going to make the greens towards the aqua side. Then you can decide to desaturate the greens just like that, so that the subject can stand out even more. Then in case you want to sample more colors, just get the color picker tool and you can keep on sampling various colors so that you can really be certain with the colors in the sampled areas. So I'm just going to just hue that even more. So you can as well do it towards the opposite side in case you want this kind of yellowish green. So I'm just going to move this just forward like that. So after that, like I said, you can play around with the luminance values in order to darken or to brighten a given color. So for this, I'm just going to leave this. So to reset an adjustment, double click on the slider to reset a given adjustment. So you can come back to the mixer option, and the mixer basically has limited number of colors, but in the point color option you can have or play around with various colors by using the color picker tool and sampling different colors. So you shall come to the mixer option, and you can come to hue, saturation and luminance. Like I said, hue is all about changing a color, saturation is the intensity of a color, luminance is the brightness level of a color. So for this, I'm just going to come to the hues and play around with my green still like that. So about there, I feel like that is okay. Then for the next step, we shall come to our color grading panel. So in color grading, you can add a given color depending on the midtones, the shadows and the highlights. So for this, I'm just going to come to the midtones and I demonstrate for you. So you can add a given color, for example, to the midtones in the image by click in the middle, and you can drag to add a given color to the midtones. So for this, since most of the midtones in this very image are part of the skin tone, so I'm just going to come and add a tiny bit of oranges to the skin tone. Then to reduce on the intensity of that given color, simply drag this towards the center like that, and that is going to reduce on the amount or the intensity of that given color. So the closer it is towards the center, the less intense that color is going to be. So I'm just going to leave it about there. Then we shall come to our calibration. And calibration, usually, in case you are focusing on reds, blues and greens in the image, you can come and use the blue primary, and under saturation you can simply decide to move the saturation slider forward like that, and that is going to make the image pop. You can see, if at all I'm to make it intense, you can see how the skin tones have gotten to be, but that is too much, so just be subtle with this. So I'm just going to leave it about 8 looks okay. So you can see this is where we started and this is where we are right now. So we're going to come and open the image in Photoshop. So in Photoshop we shall look at different techniques. So in Photoshop, usually what I love to do is, first of all, dealing with the skin tones or the skin color. So if you are to analyze this very image, you can see that the face has a slightly different tone of variation from the rest of the body, like the hands and the shoulders. So what we want to do, we just want to get a uniform color for our skin. So step number 1, what you have to do, just come to adjustments and come to your solid color, click OK, turn off the solid color. So don't mind about any color that may be displaying over your image. After turning off the solid color layer, double click on the solid color icon right there. Then zoom into the image by using Ctrl+ on the keyboard, or you can use Command+ on the keyboard, and choose a skin tone of your choice. So look at the image and sample. So usually would love to sample anywhere around the face, so I'm just going to sample about this very area, and after that click OK. Come to this layer and turn it back on once again. Change the blend mode of the layer from normal and change it all the way down to color. After you are done changing that color or the blend mode to color, come to this white layer mask, press Ctrl+I on the keyboard, or you can use Command+I on the keyboard. Get the brush tool and make sure soft round brush is selected. The mode is set to normal opacity and the flow at 100%. Then make sure you have black and white on these two color swatches. In case you don't have black and white on these two color swatches, simply press D on the keyboard or click on the tiny swatches and make sure white is the top color. And all you have to do is start brushing on the skin. So whenever you start brushing on the skin, you may notice that the colors may be a little bit off, and they may look a little bit unnatural and unrealistic. So I'll show you a step that you can use to fine tune and make the skin color look natural enough. So I'm just going to quickly paint over the skin like that. You can reduce on the size of the brush by using the square bracket keys on the keyboard. So I'll just simply paint right there, and you can see by just painting on the hand, you can see you have been able to create a beautiful or uniform color, and you are trying to match the face to, or the face color to, the rest of the body by simply painting using this kind of technique. So I'm just going to quickly paint. So you have to be careful not paint extras or the edges, because you don't want colors to spill over to the background. So I'm just going to paint like that quickly, and I show you how you can correct some areas that you may have accidentally painted. So regarding this very technique, so don't forget the face, because sometimes some areas around the face may be still having a little bit of color differences here and there, or color inconsistencies. So don't forget the face. So paint each and every area, and this is going to help you achieve a very nice and uniform color all over the whole image. So I'm just going to paint on the forehead area like that, but keep away from painting the hair and some areas that you do not want to paint, or areas that don't have skin in the first place. So keep away from painting or changing the makeup, or even painting on the lips. So once you're done painting majority of the areas and you're really satisfied, it is time to correct any color spill that may have happened. So just use a black brush, or black as the foreground color, and you can use that to erase those extra colors from areas that had color spill. For example, this very area. So just paint like that. So to paint colors, use a white brush, and it is going to help you paint like that. So right now you're done painting majority of the areas that have skin. So don't forget this tiny area. So in case you want to perfect this color, just come the opacity first of all and reduce on the opacity of this solid color layer. So I feel like about 43 is okay. Then you can come and play around with the hue and saturation values. Then come to your reds, and you can take down the lightness of the reds. Reduce on the oversaturated colors, especially within the red. So this is going to help you have a natural and realistic skin color or skin tone. And in case the skin tone is too greenish or reddish, you can play around with the hue value under the reds and move that to your taste or to your liking until when the skin is looking realistic. So for the next step, you can even add more contrast to the skin color by creating a black and white adjustment layer, and after that change the blend mode from normal to multiply, and simply come and reduce on the overall opacity for that blend mode. Remember, multiply blend mode is going to be darkening, so reduce on the opacity. Then you can come and do selective color. So just come, create selective color, and simply come, for example, to the blacks, and you can either add more blacks in the dark areas or in the blacks, or you can even decide to add cyans to the blacks to eliminate any color cast that may be existing. So you can even add reds to the blacks, or you can decide to add cyans to the blacks to make it look a little bit more cinematic. Then you can even come to the greens and you play around with these colors to see. You can even add more greens to the greens, or you can decide to add magentas to the greens. So I'm just going to add a little bit more of the magentas to the greens, and you can decide to add, for example, cyans to the greens, or you can decide to add reds to the greens. So I'm just going to add more cyans to the greens. So this is what we have in just Photoshop. So this was the image before, straight from Camera Raw, and this is what we have been able to achieve in Photoshop. And if you feel like you want to intensify on the skin tones, just come back the skin tone layer and you can simply increase on the intensity of that to your taste or to your liking. So this is it for this video, and I hope you have learned a thing or two about color grading in Photoshop and in Camera Raw. Ronix from Ronix Photography. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in yet more videos on this channel. Don't forget to keep practicing, and as well keep creating.